We've made a very simple bag, but it's beautiful and super colorful. But before we start, welcome back to the Macrè bag channel. I'm Martina, and today I'll show you how to make the Carolina bag. We've made this small size handbag, but it's super cute with these two handles to carry it like this in this beautiful orange color. As always, we used our colorful pizza yarns. I chose this color because it hasn't been very popular and there are always several orange pizza yarns available in the shop. Hurry, because I think it's a beautiful color, as you can see. So we'll explain the step-by-step tutorial for this bag. It's a bag designed especially for beginners because it's very simple. We worked this single crochet, creating a small oval base as the foundation for our project, and then added this handle section to finish the design. To make this bag, we used 400 grams of this orange pizza ribbon yarn, which is soft and flexible, perfect for crafting bags like this. If you want a different look, you can find many other beautiful colors available on macrebags.it, so you have plenty of options to choose from to match your style. I suggest you hurry and buy your favorite colors because there are very few pieces, they sell out fast, and the same colors aren't always restocked. We then worked everything with a size 8 crochet hook, and this is the result. I still recommend visiting our shop, macrebags.it, because you'll find these yarns and many others made in Italy and of the highest quality. But now, let's start the actual video. I'll remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell to receive all notifications, and follow us on our social media channels too. You can find us under the name macrè.bags on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Let's start the actual video now. I'll explain all the steps verbally while my mom shows you how to work it, and remember, you'll find information about this bag, especially the measurements, in the description below. Bye for now, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
We'll start by working with a number 8 crochet hook and make our first slip knot. So I turn the hook this way and yarn over like so, then I'm going to close it. And now I'll continue by making a total of 13 chain stitches, 14 if we also count the slip knot we just finished working on. Once all the chains are done, this will be the result, and now we'll start working on the very first round of our base. We skip the first stitch and go into the second one, making a single crochet. Let's show you slowly. I insert the hook right here inside the stitch, just like this. Now I take the yarn and yarn over this way, from back to front, and pull it through. I formed these 2 loops. Now I yarn over again and pull through to close to make the perfect single crochet. See, let's show you again. I go back into the next stitch of the chain, yarn over and pull it through. Now I pull up slightly to reach the same height, see, in this way. And again, I yarn over and close the 2 loops. One more time, a bit faster. I go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over again and close. And I'll continue like this until I reach the very last stitch, which is the loop. In this case, we'll show you how to work it. We're now at the last stitch, this little loop, see? And here we need to do 4 single crochets inside the same stitch. To help me, see, hold the starting tail, hold it, because otherwise the little hole will tend to open up. So I insert the hook, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over again and close, making a first single crochet. See, I hold the yarn with my fingers, then I go back in again into the same stitch, yarn over, and I'm going to close it again. And we've done the second one. Once more, I go back into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again and close. See, it's working its way around this stitch. And now the last one, I insert the hook, yarn over and pull through and close. Now I pull the shorter tail a bit, and that way I close up this little hole that formed. And now, quite simply, we're going to work the other side. So I have to go back exactly into the same chains I just worked from the other side. So I enter the stitch, but I also bring, see, the other tail along. This way I can secure it, sewing it in without having to weave it in later. I yarn over, see, I pull up as before, yarn over again and close. Again, I bring the tail behind. I place it exactly on top, yarn over and pull it through. I yarn over again and close. I'll keep going like this until I reach the very last stitch of the round. If you want some help, you can use stitch markers and place one in the first stitch and one in the other, which is the final loop. This way you'll be able to see the ends clearly, especially if you are a beginner. We're now at the other end to work the very last stitch, and for now the bottom of the base is this size. And here, instead of 4 stitches, I'll work 3 into the same one, because the first stitch is the starting point. So I insert the hook, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and close. Go back into the same stitch, yarn over like this, yarn over again and close. One more, the very last one, and that's how I finish the first round. And now, to close the round, we'll show you this very simple method. I pull the loop out slightly like this and remove the hook. Now I take, you see this V shape, which is the start of the first stitch. I pick up both loops, so I insert the hook from the back like this. And now I take the loop I left open and put it back onto the hook. Now I pull it through the stitch, just like this. And there we have our closure. Now to finish, I pull the loop out slightly again and remove the hook. Hold it with your fingers now because it opens up more easily that way. I need to go back into the previous stitch. This one here, so I insert the hook from the front, put the loop back on and yarn over again. And then I just close it like this. And there, with a chain stitch, our closure is complete. And now we'll start the second round. So we've already worked the first stitch here. Now I need to make another increase, so I'll do a second single crochet into the same stitch. So I go back inside again, yarn over the hook and pull it through, yarn over again and close. And now I'll simply work single crochets into every stitch I find until I reach the other end. We'll show you how to continue after that. We've reached the other end now, and you can see here where we worked the 4 increases from the previous round. And now we'll show you. So I go into the first stitch and do just 1 single crochet. Very simple. Then in the second one, I'll do 2 in this case. So I go in twice and make 2 single crochets. Now I'll do a single one here. And a double one here. And 2. And now again, I'll continue until I reach the other end, where we also find the increases from the previous round. We're back at the other end where we have the 3 increases we made previously. And now I'll do a single stitch going in here. A double one, so 2 single crochets, 1 again, I go back in. I'll make another one. And the last stitch, I'll work it individually. And here we've only made 1 increase because we had already made the first increase at the start of the round. And now we close with a spiral closure to then start making simple rounds of single crochets. So I go in with the hook into this V, in the first V. I yarn over, pull through these 2 loops, yarn over again and close. And here we finish the 2 rounds for the bottom of our bag. This is the result. It's a bottom that, as you can see, is quite small. It's not very large in size. And now let's go and continue making the body. And the body is very simple to make. We've added a stitch marker on this side anyway because this is the starting side. And it will be useful for the following rounds to actually understand which side we started from and where to close the rounds later. Now let's move on, continue and start making some simple rounds of single crochets. Let's show it slowly. We simply have to go inside this stitch, catch the V's, yarn over and pull through, then close again. See, I go into these stitches, they're very visible. I catch the V's, yarn over, pull through and continue. So we'll go ahead, working a certain number of rounds. We'll show you later. And above all, there won't be any more closures because we've made the first spiral closure. And you simply have to go on working only single crochets. And here's the result of our bag. This is the body made only of single crochets. We've done a total of 10 rounds of single crochets, plus 2 if you count the ones we did initially for the base. We've reached this end where our stitch marker was, and now we simply move on to create the handle. The height we've reached is about 16 centimeters by 22 in width. And now we have to complete the last part with our handle. I'll pick up the hook again and we'll restart. So we have these stitch markers, you see, we've already positioned them, 2 on one side and another 2 on the other. We've tried to place them in the most symmetrical way possible. From one stitch marker to the other anyway, there are a total of 7 stitches here. And instead on the side part, there are 10, 10, and 10. And anyway, take a look, see by eye what works best and what you like more. And now we start again. We've added the crochet hook again, and we simply start making single crochets again until we get to work at the yellow stitch marker, in this case. So here, and we also work in the stitch where our stitch marker is. Then we're going to remove this. And now we make 7 chain stitches. So I start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one 7. And now I simply go back with the crochet hook into the other stitch where we have our light blue stitch marker. In this case, I go in, yarn over, and pull it out slowly. Yarn over again, and we're going to close both loops. So we fixed it, and now again we remove, well, this other stitch marker since we've actually marked the stitch, and we continue to do another round of single crochets until we reach the other stitch marker. And the same in the other stitch marker. We'll do the same work, we'll work inside it, we'll make 7 chain stitches to rejoin on the other side. We're not going to show you this work now, we'll move on and then show you how to continue with the next round. Having finished this other side too, we simply start the second round by making simple single crochets here too, as we did before. And when instead we get to work the chain stitches, we have to go inside the ladder. And we arrive and we're going to work around the chain stitches. So I make the last stitch, and now slowly we'll show you. We go practically underneath into this hole that has been created, yarn over and pull it out. I stretch the loop well, yarn over again and close. Again, we do it another time like this, and I'm going to close. We're at 2, another one, and I close. You see that this way a slightly thicker handle is formed for. So once again, at this particular moment, as we can see, we're at 5, 6. And the 7th stitch. And that's how the handle took shape. And now once again, we go into this first stitch and make some very simple single crochets until we reach the other end. Here too, we'll need to work. Another 7 extended single crochets, and then the bag is finished. We'll show you how to go about closing it and hiding the yarn. And then the final result. There, our bag is ready. This is the result. It's a very simple bag to make. We've reached the starting point. See, here we have the stitch marker. We've arrived here. Now let's do one last stitch. A slip stitch. So I go in, yarn over these 2 loops and close them together. Just like this. Now I pull the yarn through and go ahead and cut it. That way I remove the excess part, and now we'll show you how to do the invisible join. So now you see with this yarn, I skip the next stitch and instead I'll work into the one after that. I insert the hook from the front, catching these 2 loops like so, yarn over and pull it all the way through, let it all pass. Now I go back into the starting loop from the inside, but taking only 1 loop like this, yarn over the hook and pull it through. You see, that way the closure is invisible. Now, quite simply, we're going to secure the yarn using a smaller hook because it needs to go into the inner knots and pull the yarn through like this. I'll do about 10 of them to be sure the yarn is secure and the bag is ready. After that, I'll cut off the excess yarn and the result will be this.
And so the Carolina bag is finally ready. If you followed all the steps we've shown you, this will definitely be the result. I suggest using our yarn because it's also perfect in terms of size. Obviously, if you decide to use other yarns like different cords or ribbons, the tutorial changes completely and you'll need to follow other steps. And so now I'll say goodbye and we'll see each other in the next tutorial.